Hi everyone, my name is Amber, welcome back to my channel. This is my April TBR. I have a lot of books that I'm planning to read in April, so I need to get started. I don't know how many there are. I would say probably close to 20, and I realise that's very ambitious, but I do have some days off work coming up in April, and also I have the 24-hour readathon coming up. So I'm going to tell you what my plans are, and you guys can tell me which books you're excited for me to read, so that way it kind of motivates me, spurs me on, and helps me to prioritise. So let me know in the comments below which one you think I should read first, which ones you think I should maybe review, and yeah, let's get started with the books. Okay, so the first ones that I wanted to mention are actually part of a readathon that I'm doing. It's called the Linguathon, and I will leave all of the information about it down below. There's a Discord server, there are 2 announcement videos from 2 different booktubers, and there are, I think, 3 different groups. No, there's 2 groups that you can be in. You can either be in the Polyglot group or you can be in the linguist group, and then there are bonuses. So I think altogether there are 9 prompts for you to do, and you can combine prompts. So that's good for me because I'm definitely going to be combining stuff. Basically, I haven't actually mentioned this, but the idea of this Linguathon is that you read translated works, and that is something that I'm trying to do this year, and I've done really badly at it so far. So this readathon is going to kind of like kick me into gear and make me actually do what I said I was going to do. So I've got a bunch of books here that are translated works, and I'm going to show you what my options are. I'm not going to read all of these books for the readathon. These are just ones that I might pick up. I didn't really want to buy a load of books, especially for this readathon, because I'm trying to reduce my TBR, but maybe in the next round I can get hold of some more books. So the first one that I want to mention is a really popular one, that is Shadow of the Wind. This one is translated from Spanish. All I know about this one is it's set in 1945, I think, and it's in a library. That's all I really know, but everyone seems to love this one. I don't know anyone who hasn't enjoyed it, so that's good. This is definitely one that I want to try to read this month because I've had this copy borrowed from a friend for the last probably 5 years at least. Then we have The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window and Disappeared. This is translated from Swedish. I have no idea what it's about. A 100-year-old man goes missing in his slippers, I think. I don't really know what the plot of it is, but that's okay. My friend read this and really enjoyed it, so that's cool. Metamorphosis, which was originally published in German. It's been translated. This is a classic, and it's not very long either. I think it's probably 50 pages at most, so it wouldn't take me very long to read if it's one that I want to kind of smash out. I have Norwegian Wood, which was originally published in Japanese and was translated probably 20 years ago now. No idea what this one's about. I've heard his books get a little bit weird, so I'm a bit hesitant to pick this up, but I've had it for years. I might as well give it a go. I have The Dinner, which was originally published in Dutch. I'm not really sure what this one's about, but again, I've had it for years and I should probably pick it up about now. And then we have one that I might not get to in this readathon, but I am planning to read as part of a project I'm going to be doing in the next couple of months, and that is Ruby Red, which was originally published in German. There's a German film of it as well. It's very, very popular. I think it came out here in 2010, roughly. 2011, which is about the time that I started booktubing, and this was everywhere. Everyone was loving it. I think it's like a time travel kind of thing, and the idea of that just excites me. So those are the books that I'm going to be reading for Linguathon. I also have a bunch of advanced readers copies that I'm hoping to read. These are all from NetGalley or EW, so I might not get to all of them this month, but there'll be ones that I'll be trying to read in April and then perhaps running into May. So the first one is Dustborn by Erin Bowman. This post-apocalyptic Western style. It sounds a little bit like Blood Red Road, which intrigues me, but I don't really know much else about it. I really like Erin Bowman's writing style, or at least I did. I really liked Contagion by her, and I'm hoping I'm going to enjoy this one. I'm also hoping to read The Kingdoms, which says that it's a really good book for fans of The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, which I am. I'm a massive fan of that book. It's all timey-wimey and alternate universe kind of stuff. Don't really know much else about it, but I want to leave this book a surprise. I'm expecting it to be really good, so fingers crossed. I then have Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm really looking forward to reading this one as well. I am going to be doing a Taylor Jenkins Reid project in which I read all of her books and decide which one is best, so stay tuned for that. That should be coming around the time of Malibu Rising's release. Pride and Premeditation, which is a YA book, and I think, oh no, not the first YA book on this list, don't listen to me. This is a mystery thriller, I believe, and it's also a retelling of Pride and Prejudice. And then I also have a book that I hauled recently. You'll see it in a book haul in a couple of weeks, so stay tuned. Subscribe if you're not already, and that is Sister Song. I also have a copy of this on NetGalley. My camera keeps focusing on her face. This is a Celtic story set in Britain, and the Romans have left, and these siblings are inheriting the kingdom basically, and they have to kind of bring everyone together. I think I'm really looking forward to reading this. This edition is beautiful. I got it from the publisher in exchange for an honest review. Then I'm also doing a couple of buddy reads. The first one is Haunted by Kelly Armstrong. This is the 5th book in the Women of the Other World series, which I am reading / rereading throughout 2021, and I've recently just finished Industrial Magic, really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to reading this one. I gave it 3 stars when I read it before. Can't remember anything about it though. I know that it's about Eve, and that is literally all I know. So I don't know why I gave it 3 stars. I didn't do a review for it, so I'm looking forward to seeing if my views on it are similar this time around as well. And then for the Space Sirens book club, we are reading The Bone Shard Daughter, which is my friend Judith's favourite book of 2020, I think. At least that's the impression she gave off. So I'm sorry, Judith, if that's wrong, but I think it's your favourite book. I don't really know much about this one. I know that the author is Chinese American, so I think it's Chinese inspired fantasy about a girl called Lynn who falls in love with another girl. I don't really know. Something about bone shard magic. I have no idea. I've just heard really good things about it. My friends have gushed about it, so I'm really looking forward to reading it. I'm very easily swayed. There's also a couple of library books that I need to read. My library should be reopening in April or May, so fingers crossed for that. So I need to get through my library backlog because I've been neglecting my library books that I've had out since probably May last year. So I need to get on that. So the first one I want to read is The Girls by Emma Cline. This is a thriller. I think it's about the girls who were involved with Charles Manson, but I don't know if it's kind of based, well, it's obviously based on real events, but I don't know if it's telling the story of real people but in a fictional manner, or if it's just completely made up. I don't know. I will let you know once I actually read it. I think this is probably going to be really fast paced. It's set in 1969. I'm hoping it's going to be really good. And then the other library book I want to read is Washington Black, and I think this is also historical, but I think it might be slightly magical as well. Is that right? Let's see. 2 English brothers take the helm of a Barbados sugar plantation. Washington Black, an 11-year-old field slave, finds himself selected as personal servant to one of them. One of the brothers is an inventor, explorer, and abolitionist, and he has some idealistic plans. So does this mean it's kind of steampunky? I don't really know. I don't really get along with steampunk books, but I've heard really good things about this one. I know that it has won quite a few prizes or has been nominated for quite a few, and everyone seems to love it, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. I hope it's really, really good. I've been meaning to read it for years, and it also says on the back that it's inspired by a true story, so I do wonder about that. I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit more. And then there are also 2 new releases that I'm hoping to get my hands on, but I'm not quite sure yet. So the first one is Of Women and Salt. This one is set in Cuba. I think it's historical and also present day, so it goes back and forth between the 2 timelines. I think it's a bit of a generational story. It's literary fiction, and I love those. I love generational stories. I say this in almost every video, so I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm hoping it's gonna be really good. And then finally I have Dial A for Aunties, which sounds a bit like a perhaps murder mystery but more comical, and a bit like Crazy Rich Asians style, perhaps. I don't really know much about it, but I know that people have been enjoying it so far, and I don't know, something about it just caught my interest, especially because I do really enjoy Crazy Rich Asians, and I love the kind of high profile rich people drama that came with it. So I'm looking forward to reading this one as well, especially if there's a murder mystery in there as well. If there's a murder mystery and it's kind of comical, then I don't know, that just speaks to me. I realise that makes me sound a little bit mad, but I don't know, it just sounds good. So I think those are all the books that I am planning on reading. I kind of rushed through them just because there were so many. I didn't want to list 20 books and then go into massive details about them. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to do some weekend read videos, some reading vlogs. I've also got the 24-hour readathon coming up. I'm going to vlog that, so subscribe if you haven't already, if you're interested in reading vlogs. Like I said, let me know which books of these you think that I should read, because obviously I'm not going to read all of the books that I mentioned for Linguathon, although I kind of want to. I'm quite excited about all of them. I'm also recording this slightly early, so I'm hoping that I can get through my March TBR before April starts, but otherwise there might be some books that I carry over into April, just because I want to read. I'm in a reading mood. I want to read everything, basically, if you couldn't tell. I'm very unfocused right now, and I'm reading through so many different things. So I think I need to kind of just get my head down and start focusing on one book at a time, because I keep getting distracted and trying to read absolutely everything I can get my hands on. So that's my April TBR. Let me know what you'll be reading in April, or what your plans are for April, in the comments below. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all in the next video. Bye.